What made 40 families sue our school district at the same time? My son came home from second grade with a rash on both arms that looked like sunburn. I asked what happened, and he said they had outdoor time near the new building. The nurse told him it was probably an allergic reaction to grass. I put some cream on it and forgot about it until 3 days later when 4 other moms in our parent group chat posted pictures of their kids with the exact same rash. My name is Brianna, and I'm about to tell you how one elementary school destroyed the health of 40 children before any of us figured out what was happening. The construction had started 6 months earlier. They were building a new wing for the growing student population, and the school sent home cheerful newsletters about the exciting expansion. The kids had to use different entrances and avoid certain hallways, but nobody thought much of it. Construction happens. The first thing I noticed was my son's headaches. He'd never had headaches before, but suddenly he was coming home twice a week asking for medicine and wanting to lie down in a dark room. His teacher mentioned he seemed tired in class, less focused than usual. I blamed screen time and made him go to bed earlier. Then his best friend Marcus started having nosebleeds. His mom Denise mentioned it at pickup, saying Marcus had 3 nosebleeds in 1 week after never having one before. She'd taken him to the doctor, who couldn't find anything wrong. By October, something strange was happening in that parent chat. Kids were sick constantly, but not with normal stuff. Weird rashes, headaches, bloody noses, stomach problems. One girl lost clumps of hair in the shower. A boy developed a tremor in his hands that doctors couldn't explain. The school nurse was overwhelmed. She sent home a letter about a possible virus going around and reminded parents to keep sick children home. But these kids weren't contagious sick. They were something else. I started keeping a notebook. Every time someone mentioned their kid having symptoms, I wrote it down with the date and the child's classroom. After 2 weeks, a pattern jumped out at me. Every single affected child was in one of 4 classrooms, all located on the east side of the building, the side facing the construction zone. I brought this up at the November PTA meeting and asked if the construction could be related to the health issues. Principal Warren smiled, that patient smile adults use when they think you're being paranoid. She assured me the construction company followed all safety protocols and the building had been inspected recently. She said sometimes kids just get sick more in fall and winter, but I couldn't let it go. I requested the inspection reports through a public records request. 2 weeks later, I got a packet of documents that were mostly useless, standard forms and checkboxes, except for one page that had been partially redacted with black marker. I held it up to the light and could barely make out a few words underneath. Soil samples, elevated levels, remediation recommended. My hands were shaking as I called Denise. She's a real estate lawyer and knows how to dig through records. She found something the school district clearly didn't want anyone to see. Before they built the original school in 1987, that land had been something else entirely. We started meeting secretly with other parents. 8 families at first, then 15, then 23. We hired an independent environmental testing company to take soil and air samples from around the school, paying out of our own pockets because we knew the district would block any official investigation. The test results took 3 weeks to come back. During that time, 2 more children developed symptoms. A kindergartner started having seizures. A 4th grader was diagnosed with a blood disorder that usually only affects elderly people. The testing company called me on a Tuesday afternoon. The woman on the phone sounded shaken as she explained their findings. She said she'd been doing environmental testing for 15 years and had never seen readings this high at a school. I asked what was in the soil. She paused for a long time before answering. That night, I called every parent in our group and told them to keep their kids home from school the next day. 37 families agreed immediately. 3 others needed to see the report first, but joined us by morning. We showed up at the school board meeting that Thursday with the lab results, medical records from all 40 children, and a lawyer who specialized in environmental contamination cases. The superintendent's face went white when he saw what we'd brought. The board members started whispering to each other frantically. Principal Warren wouldn't make eye contact with anyone. Our lawyer stood up and announced we were filing a class action lawsuit against the district for knowingly exposing children to hazardous materials. She explained that the test results showed the construction had disturbed soil that had been contaminated for decades, releasing something into the air that children had been breathing for 6 months. The superintendent tried to interrupt, claiming they had no knowledge of any contamination. That's when I pulled out the redacted document and the original version Denise had obtained through a legal subpoena, because what we discovered wasn't just negligence. The rest of the story is on my channel or linked below.